Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This camera is I'm trying to figure out like a place that I could film with better lighting, and sitting on the floor in my robe is what I've come up with. You're not going out again. This dog has been out 3 times this morning. I don't know why I'm sweating right now. Today, I thought I would film my first sit down Sunday video in my cozy robe and have my coffee. I asked on Instagram if this is something you guys would be interested in, and 97% of people who voted said they would. So what I'm gonna do is do a sit down Sunday type video. Let's see how often I can do it. You guys know my life is crazy and always busy. But I thought I would pick like a topic to talk about and then maybe do a few episodes on that topic. I don't know, we'll see where this goes. But I thought the first thing I would talk about is our infertility story. I have a whole video on like our background, how we ended up at IVF, so I will link that down below. I'm not gonna talk about that again. I don't know if you guys can hear like the dripping sound from the bathroom. It's driving me nuts. It's like really, really cold here in New Jersey, so we have to keep the water trickling so the pipes don't freeze, because the pipes freeze when it's really cold and then we can't take a shower. So I'm sorry if you hear that. And behind me also is an air purifier. Go lay down. Go lay down. You were out already 2 times. You're done. Gosh, it looks so sad. I gotta let him out. Hold on. I don't know where I was. I just let the dog out. So I'm not gonna go into like our entire infertility journey because I've already done that. But I am gonna talk more about my egg retrieval and me ovulating early. I did a lot of research trying to figure out like why, and other people that have, and I haven't found a lot on the topic. So I thought I would film a little information about what happened to us. Well, me. Nothing happened to Rob. Well, not physically, emotionally. I'm not a doctor. I don't know I'm not a medical professional. Don't take anything I say as like something serious. Always do your own research. Always ask your doctor questions. I'm just gonna go off of my experience. So we just did we do our 4th? We just did our 3rd round of IVF. You guys know that it ended in miscarriage. I will leave that video down below if you're interested. But our very first round of IVF, I ovulated early, and our very 3rd round of IVF, our 3rd round of IVF, I also ovulated early. I don't know why. I still don't know why. I don't know how that happened. The doctors are very stumped by it. With our first doctor, I kind of had a feeling something was happening. So they had me trigger, our egg retrieval was scheduled for 2:30 p.m. I was floored, like, because you know that if you're doing IVF, you know that if you're doing the egg retrieval, you go under general anesthesia and you cannot eat, you cannot drink, you cannot, like, you have to be empty when you do these kind of things. So at first I was like, damn, like, I'm gonna get a headache, I'm gonna feel yucky, like, that's awful. So we triggered at 2:30 in the morning, and then we went in 36 hours later for egg retrieval. I was already feeling so sick, so I don't know if like stress caused me to ovulate early. I don't know. And with our very first round, they monitor you like every other day with an IVF cycle normally, and I guess they didn't show any signs of my LH surging. When you do, I'm sorry if this is all over the place. I'm very bad at these sit down videos. I'm just sharing like my experience with ovulating early. I was taking Ganirelix as an ovulation stopper. There's Ganirelix and I forget the other kind, and that stops your LH from surging when you're doing IVF. You usually start it a few days before you normally would ovulate, maybe, or I don't know how they figure out when to start it. For me, it was usually like 5 days into the stimulation, and you take that every night and that stops you from ovulating. I don't know if I didn't take enough. I don't know anything. But back to the egg retrieval day, we were sitting in the office and I just felt so sick. I had the worst migraine ever. From all the years of trying, I always knew when I was ovulating. I felt crampy the day of ovulating, not like crampy, but just like kind of like a fullness feeling down there. I didn't feel like actual like period cramps, but I just always felt full, and I just knew when it was happening. And while we were sitting there, I just felt something. I just felt like ovulation, but I didn't know if that was just my body gearing up for egg retrieval, because you take that trigger shot. The trigger shot is HCG, and it triggers you to release your eggs or have them get mature enough for them to suck them out. So I just didn't know if like my body was ready for that. Like it was just almost like getting ready for that. I don't know. But I was just like, they made us wait. I was like laying with like my head between my legs, like my head down, because I was just like, if you have migraines, like it's just like your whole head is just like boom, boom, boom. And I couldn't, because you can't have water, I couldn't have coffee, couldn't eat. I just felt like garbage. So I go in there and they're like, okay, we got 1 egg. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And the nurse told me that, and then I had to wait for the doctor to come. And he's like, it looked like you ovulated early. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, what? So I researched, and I still didn't find many people that this happened to. And they couldn't give me any reason. So I was just like, I don't understand. So I stayed with that doctor for another round. And they gave me ganirelix earlier. I didn't ovulate the second time, but we only got 3 eggs anyway. I didn't stay with this doctor. Not because I didn't really like them. I was a little annoyed that they didn't change anything my second time around to get more follicles. But we also had to pay out of pocket for those 2 rounds. So I was just like, what the heck am I gonna do now? Fast forward a few months, well actually a few days, because I found out our second transfer didn't work. The day after, I got a call for an interview at a school. Great insurance. We're on to round 3 now. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of fast forwarding because this video is not about our IVF experience. It's just about our egg retrieval experiences. So, well, not all of our egg retrieval experiences, just the ones that messed up. Like, only me. I feel like after all this, only me this would happen to. Okay, so round 3. They saw my records that I ovulated early. They went through everything, and they decided that towards the end they were going to monitor me every single day. And they said that towards the end, not every single day in the beginning, because they wanted to see if that LH would surge. They made me go in even the day before egg retrieval just to see what was happening. And my levels were normal. I think they were at like a 4 for LH. I don't know what it gets up to surge. So we go in for egg retrieval early in the morning. I didn't feel anything. I just felt like great and positive because we had 7 follicles that time. 7. The round before I only had 4. And I was just like, yay, like we're gonna get 6 or 7 eggs and this is just gonna be amazing. So they wheeled me out of that room, and on my head, I'm like, they only got 2 eggs. And I was just like, Jeana, there's no way. I explained this in our miscarriage video. I was just like talking to myself, because you know, like when you wake up from anesthesia, you're like groggy, you don't know if what you're thinking is real or not. And the doctor came over and said, you ovulated early again. She was just floored. Said it only happened to 2 other girls in the past year with them, and with them they noticed their LH levels were rising, mine were not rising, and it was just, it happened again. But again, no real answers. We went in after our miscarriage for our follow-up appointment, and she was just like, she was explaining everything in medical terms about like your pituitary gland, all these things I didn't understand, and how the medications work, like the ganirelix, and how it stops everything. But apparently my body has a mind of its own, because it shouldn't have happened. So, long story short, for this next round, they're going to give me the drug Lupron, and we are actually going to start it a week before I even start stims. I don't know how Lupron works. Let me look that up. Okay, so it says, I just like looked up on Google really quick, like what happens. And I guess Lupron also works like ganirelix to stop LH from surging. And just, I think it's just a stronger version. I know that people use Lupron for other things. Like, I think a lot of people, according to my research, that people use it for endometriosis and to like shrink that kind of stuff. So I guess it's kind of like a drug that can do multiple things. So I've never even heard of somebody ovulating early before egg retrieval. In all of like my groups I've been in, nobody was able to give me like any kind of insight that it happened to them. I was just like, I couldn't even like wrap my head around it. So the reason I wanted to talk about it here is so that maybe if somebody else had it happen to them, they could feel comfort knowing that it happened to me, the one and only other person in the world that it's happened to. I'm sorry I don't have like any answers as to like why it happened. I just know that they're gonna monitor me again for the 4th round, and we're starting that Lupron early. I don't think we're not doing Ganirelix. I guess they're just hoping that the Lupron is like longer lasting, which is why we're doing it. So yes, ovulating before egg retrieval is so frustrating. You don't get all your eggs. It's like you do this whole process, this whole stimulation process, and you hope to get enough eggs to fertilize so you don't have to do the whole stims again, so that you can freeze some of those embryos, so that if your transfer doesn't work, you can just transfer another embryo. It is so frustrating to me that we have to do, Rob doesn't have to do anything. I have to do shots again. Well, he has to do shots for a different reason. I have to do a 4th round of stimulation. Those shots are emotionally, they don't hurt me. I don't get any side effects, like I don't get sick from them. They're just so emotionally draining to like have to shoot your body twice a day, because Menopur is in the morning, Follistim is at night. I don't know when this Lenapure, I almost said, when I will do the Lupron shot. It's just so draining. I really, really hope and pray that I don't ovulate early again, because it's just like, the doctor did say, she's like, I notice a pattern here. You ovulate early, then you don't. You ovulated early, so we're hoping then I don't. So, I don't know. She was just so, she didn't know what to say. And then there's 2 doctors at my doctor's, so it's like, I feel like one of them should know something, but I guess it's such a rare thing to happen that it's just, you don't know everything, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's just kind of like figuring out somebody's body when doing this. Since switching doctors though, they are more aggressive with my stim drugs. So this time around, I'm also going to be doing 4 vials of Menopur, and I believe they also upped my Follistim. So they want to go in there hard, which makes me so happy, because the first doctor didn't. Like, they didn't change a darn thing my 2nd round. So it was just really, really frustrating. I'm sorry if this video was all over the place. I am really bad at sit-down videos, but I hope that somebody out there can relate to this. Let me know what you want my next sit-down Sunday video to be. I'm thinking I'm going to stick with the IVF theme, maybe 2 more videos. I think the next time I'm going to talk about maybe the stim drugs or post-retrieval. I don't know. You guys let me know what you want to hear. I'm just trying out something new here, because I know I cannot share our journey in the moment, but I figured if I could do some of these little chatty videos, it will give you guys some more insight to what's happening in my IVF journey. The reason I cannot do them in the moment is because I'm just too emotional. This time around, I'm not like telling friends, family, anything about our cycle. So I want to keep it very private, because with the last round, I got so excited when I saw that 2nd line. And I just felt so embarrassed afterwards from all of my excitement. I know that's silly to feel. So I want to keep it very private this time. But I will share with you guys from our past experiences. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you are going through this, please reach out, leave a comment down below. I love to hear other people's stories. I find it comforting. And especially if you've ovulated early, your experience and what they did differently, because I'm still trying to figure out what the heck happened. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!